Welcome to New Possibilities. I speak truth to power without fear. So I was watching Access Hollywood and they were talking about the Bachelorette. As most people know, that show has their first African American Bachelorette, and you have all these men competing for this woman's love and affection. You had several African American candidates competing for her love, and you also had white and other groups of people competing for her love. And now the show is down to the final 6 or 7 contestants, and there is only one African American. So you had a show that started off with a good amount of African American men competing for this woman's affection. A substantial number of African American men. And now it's only one, and there are like 5 or 6 white men left. So you mean to tell me that all these black men just happen not to be qualified for this woman's affection? They just happen not to measure up to this woman's standards. They just happened not to be the person for her. That's what they want us to believe. That's what she expects people to believe. I don't think this is a coincidence. And I say that for a couple of reasons. Number one, this woman more likely than not came on that show to be with a white man. And she played along for a minute. You know, she humored these black men on the program just for the sake of going through the motions so people couldn't say she was discriminating against African American men. But I really believe that this woman had no intention of being with a black man. She went on that show to be with a white man. That's what I believe. And I would be shocked and surprised if she ends up being with that one African American man that's left. If you look at how they promoted this program, all the images from the program and the advertisements featured her for the most part hugged up and kissing these white guys. So it is apparent to me that this woman has a preference for these white guys. It's apparent to me that she has abandoned all kinds of hope for being with a black guy. And this is her opportunity to finally be with the man that she idolizes, the damn white man. So I'm not surprised at all. And then again, you know, Hollywood does not have any kind of interest in promoting healthy, strong black relationships. For the most part, the majority of the black relationships that they feature are dysfunctional relationships. And when they have a happy black person in a relationships, more likely than not, they're with a non-black person. They're with a white man or some other non-black man. That's just the way it works in television recently. I mean, you had a show Scandal, where a woman would rather be with a white man who is married. She would rather be the white man's side chick than the black man's wife. That's the image that they promote for you. That's the message that they want to send to you, where they put a premium on whiteness. And this is just another example of this. So I'm not surprised at all that this woman is probably going to end up with a white guy. And just think about it. What kind of message does that send to the world? That sends the message that black men don't measure up, that black men are not as good as white men, etc., etc. So I just had to get that off my chest. And also I just want to talk about, you know, these swirlers on YouTube. I have to talk about them because, you know, these people frankly make me sick. To get to the point, they make me sick, man. And they make me sick because you would think that if they were so happy with this white man, if they were so happy with their Asian man or with their other non-black man, you would think that they would have no need to talk about black men. You would think that they would keep the black man's name out of their mouth. You would think that they would be so happy in greener pastures and, you know, in a place where the grass is greener on the other side. You would think that they would be so content that they wouldn't have any kind of need at all to mention the black man. But yet and still, they can't keep the black man's name out of their mouth. They never miss an opportunity to disrespect the black man, to dog the black man, to criticize the black man, and at the same time they criticize and bash the black man, they uplift, celebrate, and worship that white man. And I just find that to be appalling. I find that to be sickening, especially given the history, given the fact that it was the damn white man that put us in bondage, given the fact that it's the white man today that is killing our people in the street. It's the white police officer, the Asian police officer, the Hispanic police officer that's killing black men in the street. But yet these are the men that these women want to be with. Those are the men that they want to be with. It's sick, man. And, you know, I would just appreciate it if they would just stop mentioning the black man. If they're so happy with this white man, why don't they just focus on him and quit talking about the black man? Keep the black man's name out of your mouth. I mean, these people, they're no different from those black men that they criticize, the black misogynists. I mean, in fact, they're just the other side of the same coin. The same coin that perpetuates this ridiculous and self-destructive so-called gender war. So I had to get that off my chest. And also, like, I saw something about this woman talking about how African women are winning because they are getting with white men and Asian men and all this and that. Celebrating this. This just tells you how screwed up in the head our people are, man, some of our people. I mean, how in the hell are African women winning when Africa is losing? How are African women winning when foreigners, white people and Asians are plundering the resources of Africa, when Africa is suffering all kinds of problems because of the legacy of colonialism and neo-colonialism, and yet you have people talking about African women are winning because they are sleeping with and marrying and getting in relationships with the colonizers, with the damn imperialists. I mean, that tells you just how completely brainwashed some of our people are. That tells you just how much our people suffer from Stockholm Syndrome. I mean, it's a disgrace, man. So the bottom line is this, man. Man, these swirlers, they literally make me sick.